Season 1, English Through Real-Life Stories. Episode 1, My Journey Abroad, A Forced Departure. Hello everyone, and welcome to English Cast with Nick Brown. This is Season 1, English Through Real-Life Stories. This is the podcast where we practice English by sharing real, personal stories. And sometimes those stories are difficult. Sometimes they are about things we never chose. For our first episode, the theme is My Journey Abroad. But this is not a vacation story. This is not about seeking adventure. This is the story of how and why I had to leave my home, my country, Ukraine. For me, this journey didn't start with a plan. It didn't start with a feeling of boredom or a desire for change. It started with explosions. It started on February 24th, 2022. When the war began, my entire world turned upside down in an instant. The life I knew had just stopped. The first emotion wasn't excitement. It was pure, cold fear and shock. You read about war in history books. You never, ever expect it to happen to you. In those first days and weeks, life became about one thing: survival. Not living, just survival. The why of my move was simple: to stay alive. The decision to leave wasn't really a decision. It was a necessity. It was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. You don't pack for a trip like this. You grab what you can. You grab your documents, a few clothes, and you run. The process of moving, or more accurately, the process of displacement, was chaos. Crowded train stations, checkpoints, saying goodbye to family members you don't know if you'll ever see again. You leave behind your home, your job, your memories, your entire life. You aren't traveling to a new place, you are fleeing from the place you love. And the whole time, you are filled with this awful mix of emotions: fear for your life, fear for the people still there, and a deep, profound sadness. There is also so much uncertainty. Where are we going? What will happen tomorrow? Will we ever be able to go back? Vocabulary focus. Let's pause for our vocabulary focus. The words for this story are heavy, but they are real. First, forced adjective. This means to be made to do something against your will. We weren't free to choose. We were forced to leave our homes. Second, displacement, noun. This is not the same as moving. Displacement is the action of forcing someone to leave their home, usually because of war or persecution. The people who are forced to leave are displaced persons or refugees. Third, fear, noun. This is the intense, terrible emotion you feel when you are in danger. When you hear sirens or explosions, you feel fear. Fourth, uncertainty, noun. This is the state of not knowing what will happen. The future is not clear. When you are a refugee, your life is filled with uncertainty. And finally, survival, noun. This is the simple act of continuing to live, especially in very difficult or dangerous conditions. Our main goal was survival. After days of travel, I crossed the border. I was safe. Physically safe. But the feeling was not excitement. It was relief, yes. But it was also guilt for being safe while others were not. And it was emptiness. I arrived in a new country with one small bag. I didn't know the language. I didn't know a single person. I had no home. I had no job. This is a different kind of change. It's not a change you plan for. It's a change that happens to you. You have to start your entire life from zero. It's a daily struggle. You are safe, but your heart and your mind are still in your country, with your people. My journey abroad was not a choice. It was a consequence of a brutal war. And that's my reality. It's the reality for millions of Ukrainians. We are not just abroad. We are in exile, hoping every single day for the war to end so we can finally go home. Thank you for listening to a difficult but true story. Join me next time on English Cast. We will continue to share real experiences to help us learn and understand.